What's going on, everybody? It's Cody. Welcome back to the channel. Sunday, Father's Day, 3-game WNBA slate, 5K to first. They actually have a late slate for the 2 late games. Pretty cool. Hopefully when the NBA season is officially over, they'll start doing some early and late slates and we'll get higher prize pools. But no look back on today's slate. We're in the middle of the Aces Liberty game. It's halftime. I wanted to go ahead and get this recorded because I got plans with the family tonight. Not sure if I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow before the slate locks. Just got to figure out what plans are for Father's Day. But if I do, I'll post it in the Discord or I'll let you guys know on Twitter or whatever. But let's look at the odds for these games before we break it down team by team. Sky and Fever, 2-point spread, over under 164.5. Sparks at the Dream, 4.5-point spread, over under 159.5. Storm at the Mercury, 2.5-point spread, over under 164.5. Good games. The Dream have not shown the ability to beat anyone of late, so I think the Sparks can definitely keep that game close. The Sky and Fever should be fun. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark is always fun. And the Storm and Mercury, that should be a really good game. So really looking forward to this 3-gamer. But let's start with the early game. On the Chicago side, Angel Reese, 10.8K. Minutes have been really solid of late ever since Elizabeth Williams went down. 35, 33, 36, 32. Some foul issues. 5-5-3, 5-4, but not anything to really keep her out of the game. Did not convert very many of her shots this last time out, but double-digit shot attempts is what you want. She's been a double-double machine. One of the better spin-ups. She is going to be a contrarian spin-up because a lot of the players above 10K are all in really good spots, so don't mind her for tournaments. Mabry, all the way down to 9,300, had a really rough game. Only 4 shot attempts last time out. 7 peripheral stats, not the best. Only 5 real-life points. So her floor is pretty low. She's shown it in 3 of the last 5. Obviously, a ceiling in the 40s, but that's pretty concerning for someone over 9K, strictly a tournament play. Kennedy Carter, 8,100. Minutes ticked back up to 26. She averaged over a fantasy point per minute. Really, besides this one just really bad game against Atlanta, she's been really good of late. Minutes did tick down against Connecticut, down to 17, but I'm expecting her to play low to mid-20s minutes and be really, really good when she's out there. She stuffs the stat sheet. She's usually pretty efficient shooting the ball. She takes high convertible shots. I don't have any issue playing Kennedy Carter. I think she'll be lower owned because 8,100 is pretty steep for someone coming off the bench. Cardosa, 7,900. Minutes tick back down to 24 for some reason. I don't know. I don't get it. I like the spot for her. Her against Boston should be a fun battle. I know those two will want to one-up each other. So have some interest in Cardosa at 7,900. Evans is fine at 7-1. Not someone you're ever excited to click, but typically pretty consistent unless she's just playing bad and they really limit her minutes. She should get you around 20, 23 fantasy points. She did have a bad stretch there where she went 9, 8, 15, but she's usually pretty consistent. Diamond to Shield's completely out on, just absolute dog water bad. She just looks terrible out there. 1 of 6 shooting, only played 10 minutes. I cannot recommend her. If you think she plays well and gets extended, she's fine for tournaments. Izzy did see an uptick in minutes. Not the best game overall, but the minutes uptick was nice. 5,400, she's perfectly fine for tournaments. Lindsay Allen, 4,700, played 19 minutes. She's fine. If she's going to play mid-teens to potentially low 20s minutes, we have to consider her. It's extremely gross, but she needs to be in consideration for sure. Oni just played 15 minutes randomly, 13.25 fantasy points. Wow. a terrible fantasy point per minute player. If you think that continues, you can play her. But here's a 0 in 5 minutes, 2 and 4, 1.5 and 3, 4 and 8. She's not been a good fantasy point per minute player. She does not need to be playing any minutes, but whatever. Bree Turner, not playing any minutes, not in consideration. She's not an offensive threat whatsoever, even if she does touch the floor. Kiersey did not play, so definitely do not play her. On the Indiana side, Boston, 10K. Price went way up following her absolute masterclass against Atlanta. 50 burger. Have no issues playing her. She's going to play low 30s minutes. Assuming no foul trouble, they are going to play her. I have 100% without a doubt, zero questions about her playing 33 to 35 minutes, assuming no foul trouble. Caitlin Clark saw 35 minutes, shot 3 of 11, 10 peripheral stats, 7 turnovers. Only 7 real-life points. Not ideal. Obviously, we know the upside that she brings, so obviously she's a great tournament play. Anytime she's sub 10K, I'm going to have some interest. Do you think she's going to hit her shots or not? Nalissa Smith, the head case of all head cases. Massive minutes as soon as Fagbinley leaves the lineup, 33, 35, 31, 29. Then 19 in the blowout. Then 17 in a close game that they were winning. They benched her. I understand she wasn't playing very well. Her hustle gets called into question all the time. She does not give very much effort on the defensive end. She is a supreme talent, and it's extremely frustrating to roster her in DFS because $8,500 is too cheap for someone of her talent. Will she play 30 minutes? Will she play 18? Who knows? It's literally a guess. It just depends if she wants to play defense on that day. Kelsey Mitchell, 8,200. I can't do it. She had a great game. Shot 50% from the field in 32 minutes. If you think she's going to score 24 real-life points again, you should pay $8,200 for her because she'll hit value there. But that price is just way too high for me for someone that is 100% scoring dependent. And she pretty much got there because Clark just had a terrible shooting game. Christy Wallace, 5,800 is fine. She's going to play mid-20s minutes under normal circumstances. And can get you 20. So good value there in the 5K range. Katie Lou went from playing low teens minutes to 24 and 28 the past 2 games. Not going to do much of anything in the peripheral categories, but can hit some threes. They actually went to her over Nalissa for reasons I don't know. If you think she gets extended again, 5,100 is a good price for her. If she's going to play mid-20s minutes, absolutely she's in consideration. Wheeler, 4,900. She's fine, just not someone I'm ever excited to play. If you land on her, she's fine, but I'm not crazy about her. Lexi Hull, 10 minutes, 10 fantasy points, fine as a punt play. But who knows who they're going to play. Grace Berger got a DNP last time out, so good luck guessing if it's going to be Berger tomorrow or if it's going to be Hull again. Who knows? No interest in Celeste Taylor or Saxton. Moving on to the next game, Seattle at Phoenix. On the Seattle side, Joel Lloyd, 10.5K in a fantastic matchup. Going to put up a bunch of shots. The peripheral stats have been there. Her rebound numbers are really weird. Like they go way high and go way low. It's really inconsistent. She is dishing the ball, getting quite a few assists. She has some block and steal upside, and we all know the scoring upside that she brings. So perfectly fine as a spend up if you want to go there. Love Ezzy here. I do have some slight foul concerns going up against BG, but I figure they won't just have her guarding BG the entire game. They'll mix it up, have her guard her some, NECA guard her some, and they'll throw double teams at her when she gets the ball down in the paint. But Ezzy's just been incredible this season, especially at the stocks. She's scoring the ball a lot better than I thought she would with the additions on the team. Great rebounder. Just all-around great player. Absolutely no issue paying 10-3 for her. Nneka, super consistent. You know what you're getting out of her. She's going to play low 30s minutes, and it is going to be one of the most consistent players in the WNBA. Skylar Diggins-Smith, 9,200. No issues with her. She's been really good of late. I mean, over 30 in 7 of her last 8. The one game, she shot 3 of 12. She didn't go over 30. Great play. One of the plays that could easily 4x the salary. It is a revenge game, so you can take that into consideration. I don't typically buy into it, but with Skylar Diggins-Smith, yeah, you should probably buy into it with her. She is the queen of petty. Jordan Horston, 5,300. Minutes have been going up for her. Didn't have the best game last time out, but played well when she was on the floor. She looked better in game than she did for DFS. Don't mind her as a cheaper option. Sammy Whitcomb at 4,500 did a lot in her minutes. She can have these type of games where she's only shooting threes. 3 of 8 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. But she can pitch in some assists here and there. I mean, a decent game. Don't mind her for value. Same with Vivian's. 4,400 minutes. She's going to play mid-teens minutes with the potential to maybe get to 20. Just not asked to do a lot of stuff. You're really just hoping she hits a couple threes in the corner and grabs you a couple rebounds and maybe 3.5x's her salary and lets you fit in a couple more studs up top. Mercedes Russell, 4,300. Just not someone I have much interest in. I mean, I just think there's better plays around her. I would rather play Vivian's. I would rather play Whitcomb. They offer some offensive upside. Her minutes are just everywhere. If she's going to play mid-teens minutes, you can take shots on her. She's just not a very good fantasy point per minute player. No real interest in anyone else down here. Holmes' minutes are blah. Like she didn't play, and then she played, and then she didn't play. I don't have really any interest in anyone down here. The other girls just aren't getting any run at all. On the Phoenix side, BG all the way up to 9,700. She's been really good since coming back. 18 and 21 minutes when she was limited. The double overtime game, she had 46. Against the Aces, she had 42. I like the price. I think there's still value there. You can beat Seattle down low. If she's going to play low 30s minutes, 32 around 32 minutes, I think there's still meat on the bone at 9,700 for BG. Copper, 9,500. She's fine. The shots are still there. She's still putting up a ton of shots. The peripheral stats have been hit or miss, and that's where you're really going to see like a explosion game is if the peripheral stats are there and she puts up a big scoring game. Fine tournament play. Natasha Cloud just not taking enough shots of late. There's not enough shots to go around, but she's been playing big minutes, 35 minutes, stuffs the stat sheet. Only 24 and 26 points the past 2 games, 26 points in a double overtime game. She has mid-30s upside. 8,900 is a bit steep, though. Diana Taurasi, 8,400. You know what you're getting out of her. She scored 28 fantasy points, had 22 real-life points. Take that with a grain of salt. If you think she's going to hit a bunch of shots, play her. If you don't, don't. Sophie Cunningham, 6,700. She's fine. I think the price is fair. She's going to play around 20 minutes. Not someone you should ever rush to play with everyone back and healthy. No interest in Natasha Mack with BG back playing low 30s minutes. It just kills Mack. Rebecca Allen, 5,900 is fine. She's going to play mid-20s minutes. Needs to get some peripheral stats and score to get there, but her usage is really low. So just keep that in mind. She's not a very good fantasy point per minute player. She's just not asked to do a lot out there. Sug Sutton come in and crushed against the Aces in 16 minutes. She's fine for value. I would expect her to get around 15 minutes. If she's going to shoot 4 or 5, she's going to be one of the best value plays out there. No interest in Dixon, Harrigan, or Osborne. Last game of the day, Sparks at the Dream on the Sparks side. Hamby played the entire game against Minnesota. This is the upside that she brings. She's going to play at least 36 minutes. with the potential to stay out there for the entire game. 11-2, perfectly fine paying that price for her. Cameron Brink all the way down to 7,600. I was high on her against Minnesota because I didn't think anyone would play her. They didn't, and they were smart not to. 0 of 6 shooting, 5 peripheral stats, 0 blocks. First time this season she got 0 blocks. She was in constant foul trouble. Her worst game of the season by far. Ownership's going to be really low on her. The price is dropping fast. She is going to pop one of these games. It's a good matchup, so if you feel like taking a chance on her, I don't mind it for large field tournaments. Aaron McDonald, 7,400. Been playing really, really consistent minutes and playing well with her minutes. Don't mind paying 7,400 for her. Lexi Brown, 7,200 is fine. She's going to play low to mid-20s minutes. She has some scoring upside. She'll get you some peripheral stats. Rakia Jackson with the random nuke. 5 rebounds was her high on the season. Oh, no, 7 here. Random 7. And she rips 10 and 19 real-life points. If you think that continues, be my guest. Chase that. I don't. And at 6,900, I can't pay that price tag for her. Like I can't pay 5,600 for Uru. Brink was in massive foul trouble the entire game, and Uru only saw 15 minutes. These value plays that the minutes are up and down and DNPs and then nuking next slate are so tilting. It's really, really frustrating. I don't know why they don't just play Uru more. She would be in play if her minutes were more secure. Clarendon, 5,200, absolutely zero interest. I've said it over and over again. She offers no upside on offense, and she barely does any of the peripheral stats. Minutes are trending in the wrong direction. Just not someone I'm playing. But hey, at least she'll always have this triple-double on opening night. Kia Nurse, another one. Just not much interest in. 18 minutes in the first game back. No peripheral upside whatsoever. Has to score to hit any kind of value. 4,700. If she hits some shots, she'll stay out there a bit, but I wouldn't expect her to play 20 minutes, even if she's playing well. Ray Burrell, one slate after playing 22 minutes and being like the second or third off the bench. She gets one rotation, plays 5 minutes, lulls. Talbot played 2 rotations, 12 minutes. Who knows what they're going to do. The Sparks are the worst team to target in DFS because they play 11 players, and you never know who's going to get the most run off the bench, who's going to get benched randomly. They're the most frustrating team to try and break down in DFS. On the Atlanta side, Ryan Howard, 9,900. Anytime she's under 10K, I will have a lot of interest. She shot really well from 3 last time out. 26 real-life points. The peripheral stats were non-existent. We're just waiting for the peripheral stats to be there and the shooting not to be there. And one of these slates soon, they will. They'll all meet up, and she will pop for a huge score. Tina Charles, next to Nalissa Smith as one of the most frustrating DFS rosters. Just 16 minutes. She absolutely stunk. 19 minutes a few games ago. I guess randomly she's just going to quit and not want to play. So really, really risky to play her. She tucked the Sparks in on opening night, 44.5 fantasy points, so there is upside in playing her. But there is a huge downside as well. So strictly a tournament play. Alicia Gray, 8,300 is fine. She's starting to get some more rebounds of late. The peripheral stats really have been way down for her from years past, leaving her pretty scoring dependent, and she's not a great consistent scorer. So Cheyenne Parker, 7,800, coming off the bench, has her best game of the season. Lulls. Once again, here we go again. I don't expect her to play 27 minutes again because Tina Charles probably won't play 16 minutes again. But if she continues to come off the bench, I'm not paying $7,800 for her. I don't know if it was a like a punishment or if they really are going to have her run the second unit. But whatever, I'm not paying $7,800 for someone coming off the bench. Aerial power 6,500. Down game last time out, gets consistent minutes, but the price is starting to get to a point where it's hard to trust her because if the shot's not falling, I mean, she's going to shoot it no matter what, but if the shot's not falling, she probably hurts you pretty bad. Nia Coffey got the start last time out, was needed. I mean, shot 0 of 6 in 23 minutes, put up 18 fantasy points. If she starts again, she looks incredible at 5K. The best value on the slate. I would expect her to be able to 4X that salary without much difficulty. Haley Jones, here we go again. These random value plays. Minutes been ticking down, and she plays 33 minutes. She wasn't even playing well, and she played 33 minutes. Just no clue what some of these coaches are doing. Pure guessing game. You can play her in large field tournaments. That's about it. Naz Hillman, going to play around 15 minutes. Did not shoot the ball one time in 14 minutes. 9.5 fantasy points. She's fine. She has mid-teen fantasy point upside, but a pretty low floor. Dangerfield, minutes were ticking up. They went down to 9. Good luck. If she gets extended to mid-teens or even to 20, she looks great for value. If she plays 6 minutes, you're probably just punching a wall. Kabaj and me here, no interest in either of them. But that's going to do it for me, guys. If you enjoy the content, leave a like. Really appreciate it. Hit the subscription button. On the road to 300, and then hopefully we get to 500 before too long. But as always, I appreciate you guys. I will see you for the next one.